be stopping at Ashia, Amagasaki, and Osaka. This train has 12 cars, with car number 12 at the front and car number 1 at the rear. Restrooms are located in car number 9 and number 1. Please be aware that passage trackside of the wide yellow line is extremely dangerous. Please stay behind the yellow line at all times. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for using number A47, the Osaka Loop Line to Nishikujo and the Haruka Limited Express to Kansai Airport and Limited Express trains to Wakayama and Shirahama. Please go to the underground platform via the connecting passage near the west exit. Please transfer here for the Hankyu, Hanshin and subway lines. Please make sure you have all your belongings with you when you get off the train. This is the special rapid service bound for Tsuruga on the Kosei line via Kyoto. After leaving Osaka, we will be stopping at Shin Osaka, Takatsuki, and Kyoto.
電車は天王寺方面八尾南駅です。
胸を張っている。
赤ちゃんの才の愛ちゃんでお付き合いをいただきました。たくさんの応援ありがとうございました。お高いあら、遠くの方からもありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。また会いましょう。ありがとう。
1個
力入れたな。
And reverse right through 20. Please form two lines toward the train. This train will be stopping